So, and you went single-handedly change those, remove those names. You as agent of this regulation, make yourself the president of this organization. And without the knowledge of the cabinets. So, none of them signed or argue or sit together and say this is why we must remove those people with their names, put their names in these documents. But you see, handily did it. Only this one did not show people that this man have plan. What else did they want to know? Which evidence again the people want to have or to know that Nkere have a plan? I don't know why people. I don't know. But to my own this thing, I don't understand. And the minute the PM was taken, you raised the memo to take his position. Already you changed, you removed his name in the documents that he registered this Biafra government in exile. You make yourself the president. And the PM did not know, the COS did not know, the secretary of this government in exile did not know, and many of those people you removed their names. Most of them don't know that you have removed their names, and you have changed those documents. And when PM was taken away, you want to force yourself to be the prime minister, and you raise the moment with your hater of Dr. Ngozi. Though that doesn't want to hear from the name of Dr. Ngozi. Both of you collaborate and arrange how to make you the prime minister. They didn't even know your plan. That you have changed the document that once they make you the prime minister, everything concerning Biafra will be in your palm. And there was no other thing that he planned to do. And when Biafra, immediately the PM was not there, he started fighting the COS. He started fighting the cabinet. You refuse to release money. You refuse the thing that PM for plan for 1 year to happen. You refuse that thing will not come to, declaration will not come. You want to deny them money, and you did all these things, and people are still standing on you or with you. So, for me, my brother, I don't know how to explain it, that this guy know 100% what he did.
He's not denying that. He knows everything he did. You're right.
That's why he's telling me. Because had he been the military, the Biafran military stand out and condemn this thing, this evil this man did. By now, many people must have stand up to start donating money for things to be happening. Immediately PM was taken away. You know you change the documents of BRGIE. You know you doesn't want Biafra to be declared. You went and stopped the military. What evidence again did the Biafrans need to have or to know that these Nkere have a plan to quench what we are doing? There's no evidence, any other evidence. You stop military, you change in the documents, you want to take the position of the PM by force, so that if you come to immediately everything is in your hand, you will tell every Biafrans to go home.
Exactly.
You see? So that is why, no matter what, I don't care what Dr. Ngozi is there. For her to stand on that 29th of November and declare that, I only think she do that, will continue standing for her. I don't care. That is the perfect truth. Because any person that's following these people, both this one that they stop giving him money and start talking jargon,
Eggman.
and all of them, they're all complete criminals. None of them want Biafra. So that is the point. So this guy know everything he want to do from day one. He planned it, but God used Dr. Ngozi and the Ghost cabinet that stand for her to declare Biafra, and they messed him up. That was what happened. Thank you, my brother, and that is the point I want to make.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Kai, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to well-meaning Biafrans and all others, the good, the bad, the ugly. We have all manner of human beings represented in Biafra. One of the things that make me, if you see, I'm like so zealous, right?
Yeah.
And I told you I sold part of my sleep.
Yeah.
To be in this job because I signed myself in as a job. I take this as a job.
Thank you.
We are in a situation. I keep saying it, Mary, the place I shift is so toxic and dangerous. It's very toxic. And this is what these people plan to do. They just wanted to do a transfer of the criminals from the contraption. And they have been, in fact, now I see that these people, like Dr. Ononiwu said, that they were employed and planted. And these are the all levels of criminality were represented inside the struggle. It will be difficult for you to note them. It's like a step down of the ring that is in the contraption. And they sent in their agents to continue defrauding heartbroken Biafrans that have been scammed and have been oppressed, repressed, don't have jobs. Every manner of inhumane evil has been meted on the people, the indigenous people inside the concocted cocktail of UK. Now, these people, you see, I'm just sitting here and I'm listening, I'm shaking my head, watching someone that called himself, what did he even call it? He says he's in
Academic highness.
Academic highness. Can you imagine? They give themselves all the beautiful names if you're not watching. And this is how they have been committing these atrocities. And I speak to the people I come here for every day. If we are 100 or 200 here, maybe if you hear this statement, it may be you. You see, the refusal to take sides on great moral issues is in itself a decision. The problem we had, I think God is giving us a second chance. Because over there in the concoction and contraption, I read to you a few days ago, about, okay, you look at the governors, you look at most of the senators, you look at, go and check all of them. It's either they are criminals or they have criminal intent. Or the only reason they are going to give you position is you must sign to criminality or they groom you into it. Go and check, make your research. Go and make your research. So this is a band, that place is so horrible. And I'm telling you today, go and mark it somewhere. That place is already crumbled. I'm going to give you some statistics to let you know that it will be practically impossible for that contraption called Nigeria to last. It's clear like daylight. You see all these things, they are camouflaging. It's gone. For you to become a senator in that contraption, you must have about 60 billion naira. Hello?
We are listening to you.
Okay, so who do you think will afford 60 billion naira to be? Tell me one genuine, responsible person, unless that person is ready to do what they ask the person to do, pretending that they are going to do the right thing.
One genuine person.
Sorry?
He said one genuine person that can afford it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Okay. So even if you're genuine and you have 60 billion, you're going to use it to
Other things.
pay in. So when you get there, you won't get your money back.
Of course you will.
I had it from the mouth of a former senator. He said it. Because he was, I think he had a candidate or something, I don't know. And he said, as at today, that is what it costs. And now let me give you another example. Every budget that is made inside that contraption, none of them goes to the people. Budget. On top of it, they are borrowing billions and billions. And everything, there is no plan, no policy. Read my lips. No plan. Inside the contraption called Nigeria, they have no plan, they have no policy for moving forward. If you go and check everything that every budget, the way they pad it. Let me use an example. If you check 2023 budget, and you check 2024 budget, and you check 2025 budget, on the left side, which I can call the fixed, is the same thing. On the right side, which is the variable, which is the money, they change the numbers. So for your community, 2024, they have your civic center to renovate, and they apportion 20,000 naira. Let me use that as an example.
Yeah.
2023. By 2024, it's still going to be your civic center renovation, and they are going to award it 40,000 naira.